Francis will travel to Hungary from the 28th to the 30th of April. Christ is our future is the motto which will accompany the Pope's 41st apostolic journey as he visits the Hungarian capital of Budapest. To prepare for the papal trip, EWTN Vatican Bureau Chief Andreas Thonhauser spoke with Eduard Habsburg, Hungary's ambassador to the Holy See, to understand more about the cultural context and significance of this historic visit.
Why will Pope Francis come to Hungary?
As a diplomat around the Holy See, I have learned never to question or to try to guess why Pope Francis does something. He's a Jesuit, so he has his reasons. I think there are several reasons. Us Hungarians, we would like to believe that he simply likes the Hungarians. And I have some ground to say that, because when I met him for the first time, he told me that he knows everything about Hungary. And I asked him why, and he told me about this group of Hungarian nuns that lived in a monastery in Buenos Aires, and that he learned everything about Hungary you need to know when he ate in their monastery, when he heard confession and said Mass with them. So I asked him, so what did you learn about the Hungarians? And he said they're upright, courageous and good people. Now the diplomat in me, of course, thinks about the many topics we have in common. I'm very aware that the Pope knows about our activities for persecuted Christians worldwide.
Maybe I can stop you there a little bit. You have your own State Department, the Secretary of State taking care of those agendas for persecuted Christians. Is that right?
Yes. You know, we're a small country. We have not even 10 million inhabitants. And for such a small country wanting to help Christians all over the world, it's a big step. But our Prime Minister Viktor Orban was here at an event about 6 years ago, and he met with the patriarchs from the Middle East. And after the meeting with them and them telling him their plights, he said, we have to do something for our Christian brethren in these countries in the Middle East, in Pakistan, Nigeria, wherever Christians are under pressure. And he immediately founded an office first within the Prime Minister's office. Now it has found a place within the Foreign Ministry, Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And since about 6 years, we are all over the world helping Christians.
So also the Christian dialogue seems to work there. You come from a very prominent Catholic family, very much so over centuries, and are the ambassador here to the Holy See for Hungary. Can you tell us a little bit more about how this actually works in Hungary, this working together on, also coming from two different Christian churches?
I think when you come to Hungary, you will notice a strong living together of the different Christian churches. You have a Calvinist presence. You have within the Catholic Church, you have a strong presence of the Greek Catholics. They are very visible. They are about 300,000 faithful. We have 3 bishops. Religion, faith and Christian faith are an everyday topic in Hungary. I can tell when I, as a diplomat to the Holy See, return to my ministry. Everybody's interested in what I have to tell about what's going on around the Vatican.
In the middle of a secular Europe, the visit of the Holy Father to Hungary is under the motto, Christ our future. Is it something that you see in the future of Hungary?
Yes, very strongly so. I would say 2 things. First of all, Christ is our past. Hungary is a Christian nation since 1,000 years, since King Stephen decided to throw his lot in with the Pope in Rome and accepted the crown from him and immediately built a pilgrim's home near St. Peter's, just on that side of St. Peter's Basilica. The other thing that I want to say is that when Pope Francis came and we had the Eucharistic Congress, you could see that Hungary has a strong and vibrant faith. 2 days before the Pope arrived, there was a procession with 300,000 people following the Blessed Sacrament in the monstrance through the streets of Budapest. I've never seen anything comparable in any country in Europe over the last years. I mean, we ourselves were surprised by the potential that Hungary seems to have here. I expect this, first of all, to be a fraternal and cordial meeting between Hungarians and the Pope. I think the Pope wants to meet as many Hungarians as he can, and I think from all over Hungary, Hungarians are going to come to meet the Pope in Budapest. I also want this to be like a new jumpstart for our faith.
Thank you so much for being with us, and thank you for this interview.
A pleasure. Köszönöm szépen.
Thank you.